Now, a day after India said Washington's call for fairness in legal cases related to the opposition party was unwarranted and unacceptable, it is the United Nations that has waded into the controversy, saying that the world hopes everyone is able to vote in the country's parliamentary elections in a free and fair atmosphere. When asked about the political unrest in the country ahead of Lok Sabha polls in wake of the arrest of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, the spokesperson for the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres said, "What we very much hope that in India, as in any other country that is having elections, that everyone's rights are protected, including the political and the civil rights, and everyone is able to vote in an atmosphere that is free and fair." Quickly listen in.
You perceive the political unrest in India just before the national election with the arrest of Delhi's chief minister and the freezing of the opposition Congress party's bank accounts. The right groups described the situation as a crackdown on opposition reaching a crisis point ahead of the national election.
Well, we very much hope that in India and that in any country that is having elections, that everyone's rights are protected, including political and civil rights, and everyone is able to vote in an atmosphere that is free and fair.
Shubrano on the telecast of Nishub. You know, the United Nations as well has raised this entire issue of quote-unquote free, fair and unbiased hearing and trial of Arvind Kejriwal in the liquor policy scam. In fact, the United Nations has also raised the point of freezing of bank accounts of Congress and hope that there were free and fair elections that took place in the country. Now, India has taken umbrage over it when the United States of America and Germany raised similar issues. What is going to be the response of India with regards to the United Nations coming out and wading into the controversy?
Yes, of course, because it would be interesting to note that because days after India said that Washington's call for fairness in legal cases relating to opposition parties was unwarranted and unacceptable, the United Nations waded into the controversy, saying the world hopes everyone is able to vote in the country's parliamentary elections in a free and fair atmosphere. And, you know, when asked about the political unrest in India ahead of the Lok Sabha elections in the wake of the arrest of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, the spokesperson for UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said that what we very much hope that in India, as in any country that is having elections, that everyone's rights are reserved. And, you know, such types of statements is being given by the UN, and they have clearly mentioned that that India calls for free and fair.
Right. So also the fact that, you know, after the German spokesperson, in fact, the Deputy Chief of Mission had made a similar remark. He was summoned by the Ministry of External Affairs. There has been a turnaround that has been seen from Germany's side. They decided to make a statement rectifying it, saying they would refuse to comment on India's internal matters. Now, the United States of America has so far not done that. The United Nations had, like I said, waded into the controversy. Can we see, after a stern rebuke by the Indian government, by the Ministry of External Affairs, there can be a turnaround seen in both the United Nations as well as United States?
Absolutely, 100% correct, because, you know, not only Germany, but also newspapers like New York Times and, you know, Washington, D.C., they have been constantly reporting that that it is a threat to democracy. And, you know, our Indian foreign ministry, it would be interesting to know that what Jaishankar will reply, our foreign minister will reply in regard to this, because it has been previously seen that U.S. diplomat was currently said not to come. And, you know, the things happened with U.S. diplomat was visible in everyone's eye, and it would be interesting to see that what is.
Right, absolutely. Thank you, Shubh, for giving us those details.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.